jaded crowd, though.
Well, but that was even more reason, though, to do it.
Yeah.
It was when it was Ghostbusters, and it was one of those things where they get a lot of people to come to it. And Dan and I went down and really ripped them up, and it just loosened everybody up. And then once the movie started, it was get out of the way.
Okay, you can begin.
Oh, I can begin. Thank you. You're in a new film. Which one were you?
Tall, talk a lot.
The tall talk.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you did talk a lot. Bill, this is a movie that, a lot of these films we see, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the running man. This is Bill Murray Scrooge. This film absolutely and totally sits on your shoulder. I think I counted only about 6 scenes that you weren't in this whole film.
Yeah, it's not a good way to get a lot of rest. It's not a... I put a lot of mileage on my mind and body this year. It was a tough job. But it was worth it, wasn't it?
There is something about A Christmas Carol that is very universal. This is perhaps one of the greatest sacred cows in the film and literature area. Did you have any trepidation going into this thing of, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? Is it going to fall flat on its face? Am I going to walk that line right?
No, I never doubted that it was going to work. I was really excited about getting into some fist fights with people who are fans of Alistair Sims. I want to go to some British bars and really pick a fight. So over the holiday season, I hope to be scarred and bloody all through all the 12 days of Christmas.
Though you're playing the strengths of a Scrooge character to be disliked. Mm-hmm. That sets up everything. Is that this person is not liked, he's hated. That's really rough for a comedian to do, because what a comedian wants to do is to be loved and to be liked.
Mm-hmm. Well, this man is so despicable that he's funny. That's our adjustment to it. The people in the movie don't like him, but the people in the audience do like him. This is really... What I like about this movie is that anyone can like this movie. I think it's a movie that people 75 years of age will be able to walk in and see this movie and laugh at it. I just think this has really got the broadest appeal of any movie I've seen in a long time.
But Bill, it's an R-rated
film.
film.
No, it's not.
Well, there's some pretty...
Well,
okay.
there's very little point of... No, it's mellow. Did I just say mellow?
Movie
mild is what it's all generated.
The first work. What are your thoughts on this?
I had the idea for the elevator that goes through the past. I said, why don't we just put an elevator, and the elevator opens in a different each time. Goes through the future.
Yeah.
That's an example. As well as all the funny things, all the emotional things, and the touching things. That was...
The other night you were talking about after Ghostbusters, you really wanted to get away from all the crowds, all the recognition, etc. Went over and spent some time in Paris. You really sort of realizing it was business.
Well, I got more responsible that I've always tried to have a good, sort of a esprit de corps, kind of fun on the set, but I've tried to get more concerned about the actual process of each person's task. I'd love to direct them, I will, and because it's a huge collection, drawing, painting, lighting, acting, talking, and to see where the seams are in the zone, sort of say, see where where there's a sort of a plate of the earth that shifts here, and there's a funny thing between sound and light, and there's a funny thing between set and camera. Just that's interesting where that problem is, because I just like seeing where the troubles are. Where the real friction is.
I'm going to take a guess, but I would think the kind of things that you might want to direct would be drama.
Well, I've got one that I'm going to direct that is more of a drama.
Yeah,
it's not. Like drama.
Yeah, there's going to be lighter things that relieve. But I had a sense that what you really would want to do as a director would be in the area of drama.
Well, that's what I do in my spare time. Is I get dramatic.
You're a thinker. You really are. What is intellectually? What is comedy? That's something I'm always asking comedians. What makes something funny?
Well, this isn't my definition, but I heard it once, and it makes sense for me. That what makes people laugh is yes and no at the same time.
I follow that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use that? Or is your humor so so natural now that you don't ever intellectualize it, you just let it flow? Or do you say, yeah, to make that joke work, I've got to work on more of this yes and no?
Well, a lot of it comes pretty naturally, but not that it comes naturally, but because I've been doing it for, 15 years or something. It's a lot of it you just sort of know. It's like a guy who knows how to paint a house doesn't go, well, I want to cover this well, and make sure I go all the way to the end of the board. You just sort of go. You just sort of do it. And when you get to a problem, then you think a little bit, and you look at the whole thing. Well, I don't want to. You get to the ceiling corner. Well, I don't want to drip it on my head. How am I going to do that? So that's about that's the level of sophistication it gets to. I don't want to paint right above my head with a lot on the brush. But that's an example. You can't really think yes and no at the same time. It's just it's more like when you're having an argument with someone. Why something doesn't work. You don't really have problems making it work because it just sort of goes. It's only when it doesn't work and someone's going, well, this is funny. You go, no, you're not. It's not. You got to take my word for this. And then they go, well, let's just see. And you go,
I told you so.
So, but it's more for argument, chat. When you talk theory about comedy, you get in real trouble, just like we're in trouble right now.
Still.
Okay.
I understood.